Hi, my name is Ayla Farmer, and I'm going to be talking today about Colossians 3, 1 through 4. The verse says, "Since you have embraced new life with Christ, set your sights on the realities of heaven, where Christ sits in the place of honor at God's right hand. Think about the things of heaven, not the things of earth. For you died to this life, and your real life is hidden in Christ in God. And when Christ, who is your life, is revealed to the world, you will share in all his glory." Now, in order to really properly understand a passage, we have to know what the overriding theme is. The overriding theme of Colossians 3, 1 through 4 is to fix your eyes on Christ. Every single verse within these 4 verses focuses on Christ and where to set your sights on. Now, verse number 1, where it says that since you have been raised with Christ, set your sights on the reality of heaven, where Christ sits at the right hand of God. Now, this kind of explains the theme. It explains what it means to fix your eyes on the heavenlies. I mean, what does that mean? Does that mean look up into the sky? Does that mean just look up into the universe? Well, this explains that it really means to focus on where Christ is sitting at the right hand of God. God and Christ are one, and since he is at his right hand, he is like right there. So it's basically just saying, focus on Christ. And this verse number 2, think about the things of heaven, not the things of earth. All this is really doing is elaborating. It's elaborating on the fact that, the earth is below the heavens, and Christ is in heaven. It's in the spiritual realm. It has nothing to do with the things of the earth, all the things that we can see. It has to do with the things that we cannot see. Verse number 3. "For you died to this life, and your real life is hidden in Christ in God." Again, this just elaborates it. It's basically saying, hey, you're already in Christ. You are seated at the right hand of God. You're able to fix your eyes on Christ because of this. The world is unable to do so because they don't have Christ. They're not in Christ. But since we've been drafted into God's family and the family of Christ, we are able to do so. And verse number 4, "And when Christ, who is your life, is revealed to the whole world, you will share in all his glory." All this is really doing is supporting the fact that we are in Christ. And because we are in Christ, we share in his glory. Now, it's not enough to just know facts about a particular verse or verses or passage. We need to know how to apply it. Otherwise, it's just head knowledge, and head knowledge doesn't do anybody any good. So, one of the first things that you can do with all of this information is, let's say things are going great. I mean, you really have no complaints about life. I mean, you're in good health, your finances are good, your job is good, home life is good, family's good. You still need to focus on Christ. You still need to fix your eyes on the heavenly. Because if you don't, you're going to slip. Let's say, for example, you decide to focus on yourself and the earthly things and the fact that finances are going really well. So you start focusing on that. Well, when you start focusing on that, it becomes an idol. And anytime something becomes an idol and becomes above Christ, we know what happens. It's never good. So, what this passage really encourages us to do is, whether things are good or bad, to focus on Christ. So, let's say things are going really poorly for you. Your finances, your health, your loved one's health. I know a lot of people recently who are going through some severe depression, trying to commit suicide, all that stuff. I think it's easier when things are bad to focus on Christ, to be honest. Because when things are bad, you need him. You need some more support than's already been given to you, or that you already have. So this verse can really encourage us during these hard times to really focus on him for your peace, because it's not something you can earn. It's something that Christ has already paid for. He's paid for your peace. And by focusing on him and the heavenlies and Christ in you, then you're really able to receive that peace, because it doesn't come from the world. And kind of the third thing, let's say you're in the midst of making a big decision. Maybe you've got a promotional offer that requires you to take on more responsibilities, or a big move, or you're deciding what degree you want to pursue. This is also a very important time to focus on Christ, because if you start focusing on things of the world, you're not going to walk in His will. And when we don't walk in His will, we know that we're not going to have His blessing, because it's not His will. He doesn't want to bless that. He wants to bless when you walk in His ways and in His will. So, I really want to encourage you that whatever you're going through right now, whether it be good, whether things are great, or whether things are really bad, or you got a big decision to make, whatever is going on in your life, I want to encourage you to use Colossians 3, 1-4 to really strengthen your faith, to focus on Christ in the heavenlies and Christ alone, because He is the author of our faith, and He's the finisher of our faith. And when we focus on Christ and Christ in us and the peace that we can have through good, bad, life-changing decisions, anything at all, He's everything. And He is able to do a whole bunch more than we can do on our own. So I really hope this was informative for you. I hope that you were able to apply it to your life. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for listening.